guys, welcome. Welcome to the live stream. Let's just check and make sure everything's working here. Yeah, the audio is working, the video is working. I still got to figure out my green screen on this camera is not good. So let me just show you. Where do I do it? Settings. Here we go. So the green screen, if I turn it on, you see part of the wall here because my green screen is not big enough. Right? The green screen works great on Zoom. It works great on all my applications and everything like that. But on this one, it doesn't work, as you can see. So I don't want to really distract from that. Well, maybe I'll use it. I don't know. It looks, I'm a perfectionist. So let's just see if I can move the camera a little bit. Oh, maybe not. No, I can see the crap on the other side. Yeah, well, anyway, it is Sunday night. Thank you for joining. I got my coffee here. Oh, I finally got the coffee maker working. It made us crema espresso. Oh, absolutely love it. Even at this hour of the night, I'm going to have a coffee because I'm going to be up a little bit. I got a bunch of work to do, like YouTube videos. I want to edit. I'm just working on the other screen. I was editing them, and I want to show you guys. I have started editing, like serious editing now. I'm in a dilemma because the editing is taking me a long time. It's taking like an hour or two to edit and get it all right. And wow, it's a lot of work because I'm a perfectionist. So I'm thinking, do I switch back to two? So right now I'm doing 3 videos a week and 1 live stream. So that's 4 times I got to be, producing and stuff like that. I'm thinking of going down to 2 videos a week in a live stream, but I doubt I'll do that because you guys support quite a bit, and I'm enjoying doing it. So I guess I'll keep doing it. Anyway, I want to thank everyone that is joining. I am Sri Lankan Sammy. I'm a Canadian citizen, retired in Sri Lanka, living life. And this is my daily wrap-up of the week and my vlog for the future, where I invite you, my subscribers, my viewers, to join me on Sunday night. Let's hang out. Let's talk about life. Let's talk about what's going on, what I've been doing, what you're doing. If you want to join, I have a few of my subscribers who join live, and I invite them to StreamYard, which is this app here. And all you need is a microphone. You don't even need to come online video. You can just use your mic and just your mobile phone and join. So let me know. I'll invite you on and we can have a chat. So Alex has said he's going to join us a little bit later. So just waiting for him to join. We have a couple other people online. So if you feel comfortable, just say hi. So I have now started editing, as I said, the videos, and I am using an app called Veed.io. So I'll just show you what I have been doing, and you guys tell me what you think. Where is that? Oh, here it is. Okay. And so normally, if you guys remember, my videos were, I just started them right off and it just went into the video. But what I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you how I'm editing a preview. So let's take a look at this. This is what I've been working on this afternoon.
guys, welcome.
So that is the video. So as you can see, I have been doing a preview. So I've figured out how to do that. I figured out how to cut and edit snippets from my video and put it into a preview, because what I've been seeing on YouTube and what my friend Alex, and you guys, I've been telling you all about Alex Bam Bam, Jiu-Jitsu Passport, Alex Bam Bam. You guys can check him out. Google him, search him on YouTube as Alex Bam Bam. Let him know I sent you over. He is a vlogger like me in Thailand, and I've met him a few times. He's friends of mine from Korea. So we have friends that are 6 degrees of separation. I bumped into him in Thailand in August, and then again in Philippines in May. He does editing and stuff like that. He's a retired military, and he does editing, and he's a mentor. He's at 11,000 subscribers. Wow, he's just exploded because he's got good content. I got to start doing better content, and I have an idea, and I'm going to talk to you guys about that in just a moment. So yeah, I'm slowly getting involved more in my videos. He suggested that I do a preview. And he started out about 2 or 3 years ago with 0 people, and his channel just exploded. So I'm hoping that, I'm looking at my numbers today, and since my return to Sri Lanka, my numbers have gone down, and that's just the YouTube algorithm. So I hope that you guys will like, share, comment. Those of you who are joining after the live stream, on the live stream replay, thank you. Lots of love to you guys. Appreciate it. It's like, what I mean is, I see you guys watching the videos in my analytics. I see, the 100 people who watch the videos after they're published. So comment, let me know what you think. All right, I want to do better. I want to improve, or let me know what you think is a good topic, or what's a good time for you. Okay. So let's get to Alex has joined us. Hey, Alex, good afternoon. For you from London, it is from England. It is 1:30 in the afternoon, Sunday afternoon. It is 9:30 in Korea, and 6:10 p.m. here in Sri Lanka. So thank you for joining. I appreciate it. We'll get to you in just a second. I'm just going to go through some of the housekeeping for today. As I start off, I'll tell you what's going on. So this week's videos you guys have seen coming up. So I had a really interesting video last week comparing Sri Lanka, Philippines, Canada, and Korea. My thoughts, right? I had the secrets of banking in Sri Lanka, which was an interesting video. I'm going to actually next week, I'm going to transfer. So I talked about this video. So I earn money in South Korea. Okay, I work online in South Korea. I have a visa and I work there, and I earn money in South Korea. And I spend it here in Sri Lanka. Okay, I don't spend a lot. My cost of living is very cheap, but I transfer money here to invest in term deposits, because the term deposits are 20%. And I'm going to retire in Sri Lanka. So that's where I need my money. I need my cash here. So what is the best way to get money here? All right, so there's different ways to do it. You can do it with a credit card, you can take cash out at an ATM using your debit card, or you can transfer money from bank to bank, or Western Union, or whatever. Well, what's the cheapest way? Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a test. So I have a Korean US dollar account, and I have a Sri Lankan US dollar account. Because when you transfer money internationally, it gets automatically transferred to US dollar. So to avoid that, I transfer US dollar to US dollar. There's no conversion at the bank rate. Plus, my purchasing rate in Korea is a premium. I get a discount. And the same thing here in Sri Lanka. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 100 US dollars into 200 US dollars into my US dollar account in Korea. And then I will go to the ATM. Sorry, and then I will bank to bank transfer 100 US dollars from Korea to Sri Lanka. And then I will see how much I get landing in my Sri Lankan account. Then I will withdraw using my US dollar debit card, my US account debit card from South Korea. I'll use the ATM here in Sri Lanka and I'll pull out 100 US dollars from South Korea in Sri Lankan rupees and I'll see how much I get. And then I'll compare the two results and I'll do it at exactly the same time. So as soon as the money lands in Sri Lanka, I'll jet on over to the bank and I'll withdraw the money. The exchange rate should be the same. The international exchange rate shouldn't be a problem. And then I will compare the two and I'll do a video on that and let you guys know. So that should be interesting to see because, you know, I just left Korea, so I brought over a lot of cash with me to deposit into the bank. But now I'm not going back, so I have to start transferring, you know, several $1,000s a month to Sri Lanka. I want to figure out which one is the best way. I'm probably going to do bank-to-bank transfer because that's large amount. But my daily requirements, like when I need cash and stuff like that to pay for things, then I'm going to probably use the ATM because that's what my banker told me to do. That's what they told me to do. Anyway, but it's just interesting to see. So what else did we do? So I went to dinner with mom and dad at One Gulf Face, shopping at the fish market. That was a lot of fun as usual, the adventures there. So here's my idea for my future videos. Some of you have commented, and I think Alex, you commented on this as well, is you like my mom and dad. And, you know, I kind of wanted to keep them out of it. I never really showed their faces, just their voices. But mom said, you know, it's okay as long as you do it, you know, respectfully and whatever, and which is true. They are, over the last little while, I've discovered that they are really a huge, important part of my life right now. I'm thoroughly enjoying living here, especially going out with them, taking them out and going and doing things. Last night, we went out to the beach festival here in Negumbo. I did a video on that. You guys will see that. And it was great fun. It wasn't like exactly what I thought it would be. But it was something for the locals and for the tourists that were there. And it was packed. You know, the food was but I'm, you know, it's not gourmet food. I'm just spoiled. But it was a lot of fun because I got to go out with my mom and dad. We got to have fun. Coming up, this Saturday morning, I'm leaving for Ella, which is upcountry. So we are going to so just so you know, Sri Lanka is a mountainous country in the central area, right? And it's not easy to get around. This is going to take us to get there 5 hours by road. It's not easy to get there. So we're going to the mountains, and we're going to Ella. Tip Top. I'm going to put it in here. Tip Top Ella. The boutique hotel that we were going to. So it's going to take us about 5 hours. So we're going this way. So Desmond has said that this way or this way is probably okay, because once we come through here and start going into the mountains, as you can see, these are mountains in this area, it starts to get really nice. And it's cool up there. It is so hot. You guys think it's hot for you? It's 32 degrees in my room right now. Now my room is hot, but outside it's hot. It's hot at night. I haven't been cool at all in days, unless I go to a restaurant or in the car. It's ridiculous. I'm constantly sweating. So we're gonna go up here to Elif, to this hotel, and it's all mountains and this is a famous place because this is where the train comes through, and there's a 9-arch bridge here where you can see this very famous bridge that's got 9 arches. So we're very close. I think from our hotel you can see the bridge, which is around right here. This one of these things. So the hotel is here, and you can see one of these bridges or something like that. So I haven't been here before. So we're going to go here for 4 days. We're going to arrive Saturday. We're going to stay Sunday, Monday, and then Tuesday morning coming back. One of the days, I think Monday, we're actually going to travel to Nurelia, which is about an hour away. And we're going to go to, it's around here somewhere, where my mother grew up, or where her family grew up. Anyway, we're going to travel there. So this will be, oh, here it is, right here, Nurelia. Okay, we're going to travel here to some tea plantations and a little village. Alex, I think you're going to like this. It's a little England. It looks like an English village. So yeah, it looks like an English village in Sri Lanka. So we're gonna go there and check it out. And I thought it would be interesting to go see this. So we're gonna go do that on one day and just relax and chill out. All right, so Alex, how do I add you now again? All right, Alex, you can click the link and join on StreamYard. There you are. Hey, Alex, how's it going? Your mic is on. Sorry, your mic is off.
Oh.
I can't hear. There Sorry. You go. Hey, buddy, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Tired, but I'm good. I'm good. It's Sunday. I'm looking forward to my vacation. And as I said, you know, we're heading over to upcountry, which is much cooler than it is here. So I'm looking forward to that. You know, at night here, it doesn't get cooler than 26 degrees. In upcountry, it gets cold. It gets like to 20 degrees, which is cold for
Sorry,
Sri Lanka.
20 degrees is cold for you?
Yeah, yeah.
That's still summer for us in England.
We talked about that before, but yeah. Here's the funny thing. I go upcountry, and I will see Sri Lankan people wearing toques and puffy jackets at night with shorts and flip-flops, but still, they're covering their bodies because they're so cold. You know, you live in a country that's 28, 35 degrees Celsius every day, all day, every day. You know, when it gets a little chilly below, it feels cold. I mean, why is it that 20 degrees is boiling hot in spring, but cold in the autumn?
Yeah, answers on the postcard.
Yeah, because our bodies have gotten used to it.
Yeah, but it's like, you know, when we have winters, we might say winter for us is cold at like 1 or 2 degrees, or even 6 or 7 degrees. But in Korea, as you know, you live there, it can get to like -10 or something, and that's yeah, we wouldn't cope in those kind of conditions consistently. But
let me tell you, in Korea, I've done -20, -30, all right,
Yeah,
in Korea.
it
It
can
gets
drop
cold.
really, really low.
But the beautiful thing about Korea is that it's a sunny cold. Like it is blue skies like this in Korea in winter. So you don't kind of feel the cold because the sun is shining on you, even though it's -10, -20.
And also, I
In
think the wind chill factor as well is important as well. And
Canada,
yeah.
it's dark and gray for 6 months. I hated it. I forgot to, sorry, Alex, to interrupt. I forgot to do one more housekeeping as the subscribers, the new subscribers. Um, uh, Even though my views have gone down since returning to Sri Lanka because I've lost my Filipino viewers, it's not being pushed to the Philippines. Only about 30% of my views are from subscribers. So if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. So out of the 20 or 10 or 20 odd new subscribers that I got last week, only 2 are public, and that is DJ Pressure, thank you for joining, and David Barnes. Those 2 are public um, profiles. So those people show up on my analytics. I just want to go over very quickly some of the comments that I got last week, and because some of them are really good. LA Girls, she was asking about shopping at the Central Market when I was in the fruit section. Was asking about guava, and I talked to my mom, and they said that guava is not available in Sri Lanka. It's not a Sri Lankan fruit, so unfortunately, no. Terry was thanks, Terry. He can't make it. The time zone difference for him in Texas is not good. He enjoyed seeing my family at One Gall Face. And Alex, you were saying that you didn't like watching my video at midnight, the food video from TGI Friday. Made you hungry. Nisanka, The Secrets of Banking, really enjoyed that. Unfortunately, the 2 videos that I made using OBS Studio had a small problem with them because I used their embedded music and it was copyrighted. I don't know, like, why do you have embedded music that's copyrighted that I can't use on streams? So I just went back to Veed.io, which is the Veed.io. And that app has never had a problem, an issue with that music. So the 2 videos that I uploaded both have a few seconds of blank space where I had to mute the audio. And unfortunately, I couldn't do anything about it because the audio was embedded in the music, in the video. But luckily, I had subtitles turned on, so the subtitles worked through that. It was only about 10 or 15 seconds a couple of times there. So he was mentioning that, and then, we were talking about why that happened. ET5222 really liked the video comparing Sri Lanka, Korea, Philippines, and Canada, and my opinion. And Mac Groovy Kitty 1 was also liking that. Alex, you like that as well. Thank you. AVJS2GG asking about tipping culture. And there is no tipping culture in Sri Lanka, but it's appreciated. Like any poorer country, if you give $1, that's a huge amount of money to a Sri Lankan, but it's nothing for us. But most restaurants and tourist areas have a service charge, a 10% service charge. So it's already included in the price in your meal or whatever you have. So I never tip because it is in the service charge. Now, if you want to give cash to your server, you have to hand it to them. You don't leave it on the table because, again, I think it goes into a pool or something like that. But if you want to give, you hand it to them directly. If they say they can't, then they can't. Another thing that I want to point out is that when you come to a place like Sri Lanka, it's all about who you know. And I'm going to tell you a story about that. Remind me. I'm going to tell you a story about um, doing, let me write that down because I'm going to forget who you know. Every time I go to a restaurant or a hotel or any place where I go, I always get the name of the manager and their business card, the general manager. I introduce myself. And I introduce myself and I let them know, oh, I really like it here, blah, blah, blah. Casually drop a hint that I make a couple of YouTube videos and, because it pays off in the end. Terry also liked my video about the secrets of banking. 100% true. Thank you for joining us today. Let me know where you're calling from, where you're joining us from. And he's asking, the cost of living compared to South Korea. Wow. We could do a week of this, all right? And I have videos on my profile about the cost of living. And this is one of the main reasons why I moved to Sri Lanka and left Korea, but continue to work in Korea. So check out those videos. Go onto my profile and go to cost of living. Just search in my YouTube channel, search cost of living, and you'll see 3 or 4 videos where I've done that. Okay, the cost of living comparison between South Korea and Sri Lanka is about 95% cheaper for me to live in Sri Lanka, where I would spend without entertainment costs. I'm dropping entertainment costs, talking rent, food, no transportation, healthcare costs, internet, telephone, basics of living, right? And just not luxury living, just general costs. It would cost me about $2,000 or $3,000 a month to live in Korea because of rent and the cost of food. If I didn't have to live with my parents and I had to rent my own place, okay, it would cost me about $500 a month to live. But because I live with my parents, it cost me a couple $100 a month. I don't have to pay for rent. I pay for very expensive fiber internet. That's 50% of my monthly cost is the fiber internet. The rest is I pay my mom for food and electricity that I use. And then my cell phone is $3 a month. My internet is expensive. My internet is about $95 a month because I have a high-end fiber account, right? So yeah, 100% true. I'm exaggerating, but it's 90%, 80, 90%. I mean, I spend $2,000 easily in Korea. And if I went out, wow, forget about it. That's another, if I went out once a week, that's another $1,000 right there because of the way I like to live a 3-4-star lifestyle. I'm not talking luxury lifestyle, and I'm not talking eating at McDonald's, but going out to a nice restaurant, going out for drinks with friends or whatever, transportation costs, food costs, it's not cheap in Korea. So I'm spending basic cost of living in South Korea is very expensive, $2,000 to $3,000 a month. I'm spending $200 to $300 a month now. Maximum, if you lived here without family, $500, $600 at the most. And you can get a beachfront house, 2-bedroom, with a maid and a cook for less than $500 a month rent. And I'm talking beachfront, okay? In the Negombo area, not in Colombo. Forget Colombo. Don't think about Colombo. That's expensive, okay, compared to the rest of the country. 100% true. Where are you calling from? Are Sri Lankans welcoming to foreigners? Absolutely. They call Thailand the land of smiles, but Sri Lanka is even more. Now, like in any country, I'm going to say this. I am not a tourist. I don't really interact with tourism style places. Although I go places, they see me, they know that I'm a local or that I'm an expat. So they kind of like, don't go all in. They see a white person, they jump on them. And when I say jump on them, what I mean is in any place where there's a large group of foreigners arriving, you will always find the people who are looking to take advantage of those people. And they go to those areas because that's where the foreigners are. So, think about your own hometown. Where are all the criminals? Where the money is. And where are the people who, are going to take advantage of you? The pickpockets, the thieves. The bad people are all where they're not in the countryside, they're in the tourist areas. So yes, you're going to experience that. And that happens not just here, not just in your own home country, in Thailand, in Philippines, everywhere. It happens everywhere. Okay.
Just to add on to that, Sam, I think that one of the countries, and again, it's not bashing the country, but Egypt, because everybody knows Egypt, the pyramids, the sphinxes, like everything. And I've watched loads of videos from where you go to the pyramids, they let you ride donkeys and horses and that. They charge, and camels, I think, as well. And they charge maybe triple, quadruple what they would, a local. So
absolutely.
I think that's definitely someone.
Yeah. Now we're heading up to India in February, and I'm booking through a travel agency the complete tour from beginning to end. And one of the things I'm going to tell them is that if you take me to one gem store or one shopping place that I don't ask to go to, I will refund the whole thing on my credit card. Because I'm paying by credit card and I can reverse the charges even after the fact. Okay? So I told them I'm not interested in being taken by the taxi driver or the driver to a gem store or some kind of shopping. If I ask for it, then yes, but I'm not shopping. That's not, because they get kickbacks from that. And, I'm not faulting them for running a business or trying to earn money because they're supporting their family. I'm not, but unless I ask for it.
But and also taking time out of your day to be doing something that you don't want to be doing when you could be doing something else with, with that time. So, you're well within your right to say, I don't want to go here, I don't want to go here, I want to go here, I want to go there. And people have to respect that. They might not necessarily like it at the time because they want to make some money for their family, which all of us do. But it's, you paid for this stuff, so you should have the right to decide where to go.
Yeah. I agree with your Egypt thing. I've seen tons of videos, and one of the channels I subscribe to, I can't remember his name. Simon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Simon. He travels all over the world, and he got almost arrested in Egypt for taking pictures of the pyramids. And they're like, because he had so many cameras. It's a totalitarian state. Well, not totalitarian, but it's not a democracy. In Thailand, it's the same thing. In Philippines, the same thing. I haven't experienced it, but I see it. I see it, and I stay away from it because I'm an experienced traveler. I'm a YouTuber. I see the YouTube channels warning me. But still, people get caught all the time, and I'm like, why do you let that happen to you? But one thing you're going to love here, 100% true, is that Sri Lankans are very friendly, and you can actually go up to them and talk to them, and they're not expecting anything from you, and anything you do. To the people outside the city, like when you go outside in the countryside and you meet people, they're honest and humble. So that's why when I like any of my supporters who sponsor me or donate, I go to the local vendors and I will support those guys. When I go to the fish market, I don't haggle too much, right? And I make sure that the guy who I work with or go to is the same guy I go to every single time. So he remembers me and takes care of me. So for example, went to the fish market. You guys saw that video, and there was the fishmonger, and I asked him, well, mom asked him, said, listen, I want to get some crab. So he went to his buddy. We may have paid more for the crab, who knows? But we got probably the best crab I have ever seen. In the years I've been here, it's the best, and it was amazing. You guys saw those videos of the crab curry, and I think the cooking video is coming out soon. I don't remember whether I did it or not. But the cooking video is coming out, and that you guys should enjoy that, seeing the crab curry being cooked. We're gonna probably go back to the fish market at the end of the month. No, because at the end of the month I'm going to the Candy Parahara. Now you guys, I have not done this before. I said that trip was canceled at the end of the month, but this again is going back to who you know. My mom, we went to Candy last year, and we stayed at a hotel in Candy, and it was a really nice hotel, and one of the owners was asking about me because I'm walking around with my camera and my big, my camera is not small, it's huge, and my selfie stick is huge. So, and he's just wondering, oh, he's a YouTuber. So he kind of remembered us. My mom called to book a hotel room because their hotel overlooks the street where the Parahara comes by. The Parahara is a religious festival where the elephants are all decked out in costumes and lights and everything like that, and it's a big, big thing. This is the first time in 4 years that it's going to happen after COVID. So we tried to book a hotel, and the big hotel wanted $1,000 a night per room per person, because their rooms all overlook the street, and it's right across from the temple. So you have like incredible views, and it's ridiculous that price. It's 10 times more than regular. His hotel, this guy, he wanted 28,000 rupees, which is about $100. Is it 28,000? It's about 100 US dollars per night for his hotel. That's a smaller hotel. They don't have a swimming pool, but it was nice. It was a nice place. It's right downtown, and it's on the street. So he couldn't give us a room. When we tried to book it 3 months ago, it says no rooms. They're all full. But because he knows us, last week, mom gets the call. There's 2 rooms available. There's no balcony, so you can't watch, but I will get you reserved seats in the stand in front of the hotel. My mom said, do we have to go there at like 4 o'clock to reserve our seats? No, your seats are booked and numbered, a block of 4 seats. You're sitting there. Nobody's going to be there. You go whatever time you want. And nobody's going to be sitting there. So that's who you know. Who you know helps you get things. Now, another thing, I got the name of the manager of the hotel that we went to a couple of weeks ago for the Thai dinner with my cousin. And that's a place I want to go for New Year's. So I want to probably get a hotel room to spend the night, because, when we finish at midnight, 1 o'clock, trying to come home may or may not be possible. And I want to give the driver a night off as well. So he will drop us off at 2, 3 in the afternoon, and then he'll go off and do his thing and then come pick us up the next day. So if we can get a hotel room and then do the outdoor buffet and New Year's Eve, that'll be fun in the shadow of the Lotus Tower. So I got his contact information and emailed him and I said, listen, keep me in contact. As soon as your New Year's Eve promotions are published, let me know, because I want to book it. So, that's the other thing. For India, I wanted to touch on this, is that, as I said, I'm booking that. I'm also thinking of getting a security guard. If Princess Jasmine comes and joins me, which I'm hoping she does. She's in France right now with her boyfriend, which I didn't know. It's like, where are you? And she's like, oh, I'm in France with her boyfriend. She's like there for a month. I'm like, damn. She just got back from Bali. No, not Bali. She was in, not Cebu, Boracay. She was in Boracay. So her second time to the Philippines. And then she's off again to Paris because he's French. So she's staying with him in Paris. And I was like, be careful there because it's really dangerous right now in Paris. But she's having a great time. So hopefully when she gets back to Korea, we can plan for her to come to India. Because I want her to come to India and then come to Sri Lanka with me for at least a week or so. Because my brother's going to be here for 1 week in India and then 2 weeks here in Sri Lanka. So I want her to come for that. And then I'm not sure if February I'm going to go to Thailand. So either she's going to come to India, Sri Lanka, and Thailand, or she's going to come just for Thailand or whatever. Hopefully she can make it. If not, I'm going to invite another friend to join. So I'm going to need security for that. Because India's not a dangerous place, but it's better to be safe than sorry. So, but my friend Anuj is helping me out with this trip as well. Because he lives in Delhi and he's an old friend of mine from Korea, best friend. We actually he stayed with me for a couple of weeks when he was moving, and he lived in Korea for 10 years, and before he left Korea and moved back home, same deal as me, to be closer to his family when they're getting old. Right? So yeah, I guess that's what's been happening. So let me just review what's going on in the next month. So this weekend coming up, I'm going to Ella. I will have a live stream on Sunday, but I don't think I'll be able to do it at night because if the internet connection is good, I will do an afternoon live stream, probably let's say 3 p.m. local time. So 3 p.m. local time would be morning for you, Alex.
Okay.
So about, let's say it's 7 o'clock now in Sri Lanka. So 4 hours ago for you would have been like 10 a.m. In UK. So because I'd like to get like a daytime video showing the view and everything like that. Maybe I'll do 2 live streams. I don't know. But in Ella, there's really nothing to do at night. So after dinner, it's bedtime. 8, 9 o'clock after a drink, you go to bed. And the Parahera, that will be a Wednesday, Thursday trip. So we leave Wednesday morning, arrive 2 hours later, watch the Parahera, have dinner, go to bed, wake up in the morning, have breakfast, head back to Colombo. So it's only it's a 1 day trip, weekday, Wednesday night, Thursday morning. And so I'm only taking half day off that day. But that'll be a lot of content that I'll be doing. And then September, I'd like to go to, I'd like to do something down south in September, October. Oh, I totally forgot. There is a motorcycle festival happening on the 19th, right here in my town, in Jaela. So I'm going to definitely be going to that. That's a daytime event on a Saturday. So I'm going to go to that. That'll be interesting content because it's an event for locals. It's not a tourist thing. It's a motorcycle event for, like showing stunt riding and stuff like that. I joined a motorcycle members, a group here in Sri Lanka. They're riders and stuff like that, but it's mostly dirt bikes and stuff like that. But I did find one that was a Honda group that are cruisers, and there's a motorcycle club there. So I told them, you know, I'm interested in meeting up with you guys and stuff like that once I buy a bike. So I'm going to buy a bike probably in the spring of next year. What else is going on? Not much, other than that. So I'm planning August and into September. Haven't really defined what we're going to do in September, but I'd like to get away at least once a month. I'd like to get away outside of outside of home and go someplace. November, December will be hard because it gets more expensive. November, we can probably do something early November. December, we'll just do New Year's. Christmas dinner with the family and New Year's at a hotel. January, we're going to India, so we're not going to do anything there. February, we'll be traveling around Sri Lanka with my brother. So that'll bring us into March. And March, that's too far away. I don't know whether I'll spend a month in Thailand in March. I gotta see obviously the finances, and I gotta, you guys remember California Dave from the Philippines. He's back home in the US for 2 weeks. So once he returns back to Philippines, he told me that he's going to decide, he's dating a girl right now. He's going to decide where he's going to live. I've suggested to him that he should move away from Subic Bay and try and experience other places around. Because he's like me, he doesn't want to really be around the foreigners. He wants to be around the locals and just be on the beach with his dog. So he's back home in the US for 2 weeks to take care of some personal business, and then he's flying right back to Philippines. Yeah, so I guess the rest of the year is pretty well planned out, except for September and October, where we're going to go and what we're going to do. Probably November, I'd like to go down south. I have some friends down there that I'd like to go hang out with for, maybe we'll do like a 3-day. I have to coordinate it with Korean holidays, and there aren't any, so there's not that many. But I can take a day off, but I lose a lot of money because I'm a freelancer, and I don't want to work when I'm on vacation. It's just taking all of these, not all of them, but taking the laptop and one screen with me is a pain in the butt to unplug everything and all of that stuff. I just got it set up the way I like it, and I don't want to take it all apart. Otherwise, how's the weather in UK there, Alex? It's hot.
We have pretty bad rain over the last couple of days. The problem with UK weather is it can be raining 1 second, sunny the next, cloudy the next. I don't know how well people have a job still, because they just purposely get it wrong, obviously, but it just fluctuates between all types of weather. But now it's quite dry, so that's good. But I think over the night it was raining quite a bit. But yeah, it's certainly not 28 degrees or 20 degrees. I can say that for sure.
The stories coming out of South Korea, oh my gosh, the weather, ridiculous heat. They have a scout jamboree going on right now, and 45,000 scouts from all over the world have traveled for a week of celebrations and camping, and they put them on reclaimed land on the southwest coast that has no shade, and it's 38 degrees, and they're having huge issues. The Americans and British have left and returned to Seoul.
I saw that on BBC News. I think we're getting some.
And people are, the government is eventually going to have to pay these kids off for the thousands of dollars that they spent on travel and everything like that, because it was unprepared for. The thing you got to know about Korean government is that they are reactionary. They don't prepare for things. I mean, you look at the Halloween stampede, you look at the flooding that occurred last month, and where a bridge got flooded, a bridge tunnel got flooded because a levee broke. I mean, it's not like they don't know that can happen. It's just that nobody wants to take responsibility. So, for example, the way the culture, okay, let me give you an example. And I'm not trashing Korean. I love Korea. This is just a fact, a fact of life. Korean culture is, if I am older than you, you will not counter me. You will not tell me what is right or what is wrong. You won't tell me things. Korean culture also is they never say no, they say maybe. They never say no because they don't want to offend. And if it's bad news, they will never deliver bad news. They'll just ghost you. I've seen reports sit on a desk for weeks because nobody wants to tell the boss that it's a negative report, unless he asks for the report. But he's not going to ask because he knows, because he's going to have to report it to his boss. So, for example, I don't remember when these were, but this was back in the 80s, 70s, 80s, 90s. Pilots used to fly the airplane. Pilots would take off the airplane and land the airplane. And it's because of Korean Air that today the co-pilot flies the airplane and the pilot observes everything. The computers, the the pilot, and the surroundings, and will take over in the event of an emergency because of two major crashes that occurred with Korean Air. One of them, the pilot flew into the side of a mountain, and you can hear on the transcript the co-pilot suggesting that they're flying too low, but he didn't want to counter the pilot. And the pilot was too focused on the instruments, and he wasn't seeing what the problem was. And the co-pilot, because of culture, could not tell him, we're going to fly into the mountain, you need to lift the airplane up. He wouldn't tell him that. So that caused that airplane crash. And then there was another one where the same thing happened. The pilot refused to listen or didn't listen to the co-pilot because the co-pilot was younger and refused to listen and was focused too much on what was going on with an error as opposed to looking at what was happening with the airplane. So since that time, the global aviation industry has now changed it so that co-pilots fly the plane and pilots observe so that they can take over. So it's an interesting thing.
So basically, if anything goes wrong, blame the co-pilot.
No, it's still the pilot's responsibility.
Oh, yeah.
It's his job to supervise and see the big picture, right? So he's the CEO, basically. So what was my point? Korean culture is like that. So for example, everybody knew when I talk about a tunnel or a bridge, I'm not talking about a little underpass. I'm talking about a 1 kilometer tunnel under a mountain. Korea is famous for its tunnels and its tunnel building technology. One of the tunnels I've gone through is 27 kilometers long. Okay, there's a tunnel right behind my house in Seoul that cuts right through the mountain. So these things are not small. And this one tunnel, it's known that it's right next to a river and it floods, and it's a known thing. But the weather forecast claimed hundreds of millimeters of rain, and it was known that this levee floods. Everybody knew it, but the police never did anything because nobody wanted to take responsibility. None of the junior officers and the senior officers aren't, they're just there to manage. So, now they're trying to, scapegoat and blame somebody and blah, 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 whatever. So that, they're not proactive, they're reactive. So, you see what happened with this stabbing that occurred last week, 14 people stabbed, 2 dead or something like that. And, guns are not available in South Korea. A lot of people don't realize this, that there were huge amounts of guns after the Korean War, everywhere. And within 10, 15, 20 years, the government had gotten rid of all the guns. Obviously, that's why there was a totalitarian government. But, I'm not against the Second Amendment, but, everybody says, I want guns to protect myself from the government. No, because you don't have a rocket launcher. You don't have missiles. You don't have artillery. One button and your entire compound is gone, okay? You can have as many guns as you want. You don't have as many guns as the government. Sorry, you don't have as many bullets as the government. So I don't care how many amendments you have and how many gun rights you have, you will never have enough bullets to defeat the government. So just, take it easy, John Wayne. So the government got rid of all guns in Korea. And today, if you want to have a gun, first of all, it's impossible. It's impossible to get a pistol, handgun. Even the police don't have handguns, only the officers. And the first 3 bullets are blanks, and it's chained to their belt. I've seen it, and it's a revolver, not an automatic. It's a revolver. Now, they do have heavy weapons, but they're at the police station. Now, if I wanted to get a gun, first of all, the only guns I'm allowed are long barrel and bolt action, not semi-automatic or automatic, and shotguns for hunting, not self-defense, hunting. Second of all, after an extensive background check and interviews and all that stuff and training, etc., the gun cannot be in my possession. It must be at the police station, locked away, with the ammunition. And when I take the gun out to transport it, it's transported in a locked container, okay, with a digital code that is fingerprinted and timed so that the police can track it to know where it's going. And you have to sign out the bullets. So if you take out 5 bullets, you have to return 5 shell cases. That's how strict it is. Even the Olympic shooters, they have to follow those rules. They cannot keep their guns at home. They have to return them. They have a certain amount of time that they're allowed to take them. Very, very strict. So even kitchen knives, you cannot buy kitchen knives like sharp. They're made from very lightweight metal. Only registered butchers and things like that have the big carving knives, and those are locked away at night. People can't take them home. My regular kitchen knives are flimsy little things. You cannot buy machetes or swords or things like that. Absolutely not. So this guy, he went to the dollar store and bought 2 knives, and he just went and stabbed people. And the government is like, okay, we got to increase security and everything like that. What are you going to do? How can you search anybody? How can you protect against somebody with a knife in their jacket? Well, what's going to end up happening if this is a copycat, this is the 3rd copycat in less than 2 weeks, is there going to be like Philippines and Thailand and Sri Lanka, where there's metal detectors at every entrance. Sri Lanka, everywhere I go, I'll probably do a video on that, is the security. I think I may have shown it at One Golf Face when I went to TGI Fridays. You have to go through a metal detector. In most hotels, you have to go through a security screening because they're checking your bags because of the Easter bombings that occurred in the tourist area. Now, it doesn't happen everywhere, but in Colombo, yes. 100% true. You're asking if I have a girlfriend here in Sri Lanka. No. I am single and happy being single. Being in a relationship is too much work and too much effort, and I have been single for 17 years, and I've been happy being single. I date, I go out, I have fun, but I do not have a girlfriend, not interested in a girlfriend, not interested in a long-term relationship. That's a whole different story, and you can see my YouTube channel on that as well for what that's all about. I got divorced in 2007 after 10 years of, from the time I started dating till the time we divorced. It was an amicable divorce, but it was eventually it was a waste of it was a wasted effort. So I don't see any reason. Since I became single, I've enjoyed my freedom to do what I want, when I want, where I want. Like I say I have it tattooed on my arm. Learn to live life. Don't let life live you. I can travel. I can go anywhere I want, anytime I want, do whatever I want without feeling guilty.
I think I'd
And the
like
story,
if I had a if I had a girlfriend, I'd probably do what I wanted, and I think the good thing is to find a girl that suits how you are. So like if she likes traveling, if she likes doing what you like to do, then it kind of makes your decisions a bit easier to make and not to feel so guilty. But I would still be the total opposite. If she didn't like traveling, I'd be like, right, see ya. I still like you, still want to be with you. I'm off to Australia, New Zealand, America, Canada. If you want to stay here and wait for me, fantastic. If you don't, then so be it. But yeah, I just feel like life's too short to kind of. It's almost like not that they would purposely try to mold you, but it's almost like they want you to be someone else. And I feel like if they really, really like you, then they'll kind of accept you. I mean, obviously, there's certain things that you yourself should probably improve on in a relationship, but most of the things, like if you want to go traveling, that shouldn't be a deterrent to you or to the person you're dating.
yeah. But if I were to pick my, I have been happy for so long that it takes a lot. I mean, my friend Jasmine, she and I get along really, really well. Are we frozen? What happened here? Okay, the video's frozen. So the video's frozen, but I hope that comes back online here. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know what's going on. What is going on here? All right. I guess the bandwidth has slowed down a little bit. I don't know why. Sorry about that, guys. Let's see what we can do to fix that. Well, I apologize for the quality of the bandwidth here. But yeah, Jasmine is a very good friend of mine. There's no physical relationship there. It's just we're friends. We've been friends for 10 years. And we've traveled a lot together. And so, that's someone I enjoy traveling with because she and I get along so well. California Dave and I will probably get along well traveling because I've only known him a short time, but I can tell right away. My other friend, Yui, hopefully she can join either in Thailand if I go in March or in October of 2024. That's the other time I'll go. I like to travel in March, April, September, October. That's off season and still warm, not rainy season. So yeah, why is this not working? Okay, well, I don't know why this is.
At least the audio is still good, so that's good.
Yeah, the audio. I just reduced the camera quality a little bit. For some strange reason, it's saying that the bandwidth is low, even though my bandwidth is 200 gigabits upload, 200 gigabits download. I don't know. Sri Lanka. What can you do? Anyway, yeah, I'm just enjoying life now. I'm gonna take it easy. I'm gonna make friends. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna join a motorcycle group who share my likes. But I live in the countryside, so that's the problem, right? I don't live in the city, so to get anywhere, I gotta make a plan for like a day, and I'm working so much, and now I'm getting into the busy season. I'm gonna be working a lot, starting next month. So I'm concerned that any kind of time investment will not pay off. But anyway, that's that story. I'm gonna it's like been an hour. I gotta wrap it up because I gotta eat and then get to bed because I got early class tomorrow. But I do want to thank everyone who has watched all the way through today and for the replay. Alex, thanks again for joining as usual. Hopefully, we'll see what we can do for next weekend. And live from Ella, Upcountry. And hopefully you can join us there. If not, after the fact, you can check out the views and everything like that. And the content that I'm going to be creating for that trip. That trip's going to be fun because it's going to be at least 2 or 3 videos. No, it's going to be at least 3 or 4 videos that I'm going to be able to create from that trip, because there's a lot of things to do up there, a lot of beautiful things to do up there. I want to thank Alex for joining us today. I want to thank 100% True for the great questions, and hopefully you can check out my channel for some updated videos on cost of living and living in Sri Lanka and enjoying Sri Lanka. I hope that everybody takes the time to plan a trip coming here. It's going to be great here. Enjoy your week, everyone. Alex, again, thank you. Appreciate your time.
Thanks for having me on, Tommy. Pleasure.
All right, and have a safe week. I will see you guys all on the other side. Good night, everyone.